Hello, everyone. I'm Mireya, and I am here today with someone very special. Her name is Alex, and I met her about a year and a half ago at one of my classes that I did in New York, and we became very good friends through social media. And I want you guys to get to know her. So she's going to introduce herself because you just need to know who she is. Go ahead, Alex.
Hi, my name is Alex York. I am an independent stylist in Knoxville, Tennessee. I specialize in blonding and extensions. I've been doing hair about 6 years now. I have absolutely loved taking classes. Education is like a huge passion of mine. So meeting Mireya was like so much fun for me and just so educational and inspiring. And just I've loved her story and just how she's built her brand and what all she's overcame. And it's just really inspiring.
You're so sweet. You're so sweet. Now, I want to ask you because I love you, and we connected the minute we saw each other. And I want
Yes.
to ask you. I'm like, I know your salon is closed, right? And how are you handling this? The situation. How are you like with your job? What are you doing to keep busy? How is
So we actually did not go under mandatory closure until this past Tuesday. It was like the 20 something. But I decided last Saturday, a week ago today, that I was going to close my business just so I could kind of help stop this curve and everything. But I ordered a mannequin the day that I decided I was going to stop working. So I had one shipped to me from Amazon. I brought a bunch of color and my extension stuff home, and I actually taught myself a new extension technique. So that was really exciting. But I've just been spending my time on my mannequins. I actually have been on Canva a lot, the little app that you can create things on. And I made a little tip card on how to, like, for my clients, how to maintain their extensions while they're being pushed back, and for my clients who have gray coverage or blondes, how they'll just maintain their color in the meantime without box coloring their hair, of course. But I was actually very blessed that I was supposed to be gone out of town the week that we're able to return from work. So I have been able to move all of my clients from those 2 weeks into that time period, and then just kind of extended my hours for when we're going to be able to reopen. But I've just been trying to stay connected with my clients on social media and just engaging with them, and just kind of posting encouraging like little quotes and stuff just to keep people positive. I've tried not to talk about the coronavirus as much as possible, just because I know that everywhere you look on social media right now, that's all everybody's talking about. So I'm trying to just stay positive that we are going to get through this within the next month or so, and that we're going to kind of be able to resume our normal lives sooner than later.
Good for you. I'm trying to do the same thing with my clients. Is I'm not trying to sell them not one thing. I'm trying to just give them hope and a lot of like encouragement and what we're going to do when we come back, to work. But while you're talking, I was very intrigued with how you are creating Canva cards for your audience or your customers so they could keep, you know, so they could keep like up to date with their hair so you could take care of them, correct? So that's something that you should probably end up sharing on your Instagram stories or something, because that's going to help a lot of stylists. Like, you know, what do I do to encourage my customers? What do I do to keep them, with me and not go somewhere else, right? So you're right now creating a personal connection, which is very, very important, especially in these times. One, you're not telling them, you're selling nothing to them. You are actually teaching them they could continue to, love you, and you're like, you're their shrink right now. You're like, all right, guys, you got to do this, you got to do that so it could stay beautiful. And that's really good. But I really think that you should share that on your social media, because, you like the classes that you go to, you get inspired. And in this world, it's about giving, and I think you got something, because I've seen a lot of things on social media, and I've never heard like the step-by-step on Canva. Now I use Canva for our business, and it's awesome. So I could just imagine what you're doing. So Good idea. Good idea.
Yeah. So I've also, during this time, like I have just like regular, like I've been making on Canva, like regular, like color maintenance tips and just like my bridal price sheet and just like different things like that. So you can have like online materials to send to your clients so they can have them on their phone and just know exactly how you would want to take care of everything.
Yeah, these are really, really good tips. Stylist, you hear what she's doing? You write some notes or go follow Alex. I'll put her Instagram on the bottom when I edit this video. But definitely, thank you for that. Now, I know you're busy.
I actually have that on.
I'm sorry?
I actually have that on my tips highlight on Instagram.
Oh,
that whole
good.
little, like, I've got a little highlight, and I actually put that little Canva thing on my tips right there.
Oh, good. Very good idea. Very good idea. So I know it's stressful times, and I ask everybody that I talk to, how are you dealing? You're. I don't know. Are you a booth renter? Do you have your own business?
Mm-hmm.
How are you dealing financially? Because obviously, you know, when stylists don't work, they don't get paid, right? But how are you dealing with that? What do you do?
So I'm actually really weird about my finances. I have listened to way too many Dave Ramsey podcasts, and so I'm just like a stickler with that kind of stuff. So I have been working on a savings account and just kind of putting money back. But I also, this is obviously tax time, so I have money in my tax fund account that I have set up. So right now, like if this does prolong longer than we expect, the tax date's been moved back to July 16th. And so if this does last longer than I've expected, then I will just take that money from my tax account and use it towards just like my regular bills and stuff. But I've honestly, like, I cut out my Hulu account and just like called my Verizon company and got like random things I didn't even know were on my bill taken off, just to kind of help cut back some unnecessary expenses that I didn't realize I had. And this has been a time that I've actually gone into detail about where my money goes each month, what's necessities, what's not, what I need to be making. This has been a really good time for me to kind of dig really deep into my finances and like what I need to, if the economy did tank, what I would do and kind of where I would go from there financially and that kind of thing.
Well, you're a smart cookie. You are. I put out my phone number last week, and I on social media, I said, if anyone has any questions or wants to DM me, please give me a call. Well, I ended up getting a lot of phone calls, and a lot of the stylists that I ended up talking to, didn't save for a rainy day, and they didn't, they didn't do their planning. And I advised them, I've been in similar situations in my past, 2008, and then I had a problem with the big retailer, and now the coronavirus. Luckily, I've gone through, you heard my story, I've gone through the highs and the lows to like really understand, what to do when times are tough. And as a business, you have to survive in a lot of things. And I advise them, to call their phone company, their internet company. And right now, because there's a crisis, everything is deferred. Like pretty much everything is deferred. Even your car payments, we defer them, for 3 months sometimes, depending on what brand you guys have. So I'm advising, people like, if you don't have the money, you can't kill yourself. Like you can't, if you explain and you call, you have to make the call first. You have to definitely express how you feel in order for them to hear you. And I've helped them a lot, they've definitely helped them a lot, and they're breathing now. And I'm really proud of you. You're young and, successful stylist, and, you started looking at your finances. You put them on your table and you said, all right, Hulu's out. What else? Is Starbucks out?
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Just random things. And I've seen a lot of stylists that are promoting gift card sales, which are great to help get through tough times. But I know the first year that I did gift cards around Christmas time, I was so excited. I sold so many gift cards. In January and February, I did not make any money because I had already, I didn't save those gift cards. And so I know a lot of people are trying to do those to help like with their bills. So I've been trying to encourage my friends who are doing this to like keep half of the gift card and then use your other half towards your necessities like groceries, or if you're, house payment, if they're not being, generous with that right now, to kind of keep half of it. So that way when that client does come in, you can pay yourself that day. So you don't feel like you're doing a lot of free work when all this is over.
I know, right? That's one thing stylists are going to feel like. You get all this money, you pay your bills, but then you get back and you're like, oh my God, it's a week of all gift cards. What am I going to do? I'm like, I'm killing myself.
Exactly.
No, I've been there.
Exactly.
I've been there back in the day where I used to be behind the chair and stuff. But oh my goodness. So a lot of really awesome information, anything else that you're doing that you could help other like stylists or even, salon owners that are not thinking outside the box?
I've been listening to a lot of podcasts while I've had all this free time. Like Rachel Hollis with the Rise podcast and the Gold Digger podcast with Jenna Kutcher. They've had a lot of really good like resources of just like things that you should be doing to kind of help keep your businesses afloat during this time. But I would suggest just right now getting a game plan in place. Like this may not happen again in our lifetimes, and we may never have another crisis like this. But in case anything like this does happen, always have a plan B, D, C, and E, just to be sure that, you will survive during this time. Because that's a lot of people were just hit by this because businesses were running so well up until this happened. And then it's like just everybody got put into a complete halt. And so I know a lot of people are struggling with that because, you're living this financially abundant life, and then all of a sudden you completely get no income for who knows how long. I know a stylist in Virginia that I follow, she had taken off the 2 weeks and they extended their mandatory closures for another 30 days. And I cannot imagine being out 6 weeks worth of clients and having to move all those people. So I would just encourage everybody to just keep in touch with their clients during this time and extend your hours if possible.
Absolutely.
And just
it's crazy how everything's going. I mean, it's not only stylists, but the whole world, like big companies, small companies, stylists, independent contractors, Uber drivers, everyone is going through this hardship. If you could get on unemployment, I say go for it, like 100%. If you can't, there's other options that the government is giving out right now, like that stimulus bill just hit, thank God. All right, everyone's going to get something, hopefully. And it's going to be a struggle going back to, all right, I got these 2 weeks and I got this cool check, but it's still, maybe you have more of a, because you make so much more money, like how do I balance all of those things? But I get it. I'm in the same situation. I'm a small business. I had to put my employees on unemployment, and everybody understands the situation. It's like, you do save for a rainy day, but sometimes you're like, okay, well, what if this stays longer and then we're out of business? Because how about if we don't have it anymore? I'm like, oh my God, like, no guys, let's go on unemployment just for a little bit. And then when the world comes back to normal, we'll kill it, together, building relationships with our customers. Like I said, that's all I'm doing is seeing what they're doing. I'm creating like these, virtual conversations where I send this to all of our customers and other stylists too. And I just try to help people as much as I can, and I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it because it feels good in my heart, and
I love that.
It's helping a lot of people, what you just said. You said the Canva, you said, saving money with Hulu. I mean, a lot of people don't think like you're thinking. They live at home with their parents and, they have the money. Like, no, honey, save that money, right? Save that money.
Exactly.
So, Alex, I know you are a booth renter, and right now times are tough, right? And I see a lot of stylists complaining that, they're not working and they still have to pay their booth, or, the businesses, they still have to pay rent. and mortgages, you still have to pay mortgages. I've seen a lot of stylists, negotiate with their landlords and their mortgage companies. What are you doing? Are you a booth? You're a booth renter, correct?
Yes.
So what are
Yes.
you doing? Or how is
So
your company helping you?
I'm sorry.
Or how is your company helping you?
So my boss was actually gracious enough to the 2 weeks that we're under mandatory closure. She is not making us pay booth rent because all of our stylists pay weekly, but I actually pay mine monthly just because I like to keep my finances in order, and I just would rather have one sum come out at once rather than have money coming out weekly. So I actually already paid mine for the month of March, but she's a small business owner as well, and I know she still has other bills coming out. I know her rent's not stopping on the building and that type of thing. So I'm actually just letting her keep my rent for those 2 weeks just because it's not the end of the world for me. And if I can just help her out just a little bit, then that just makes me feel better.
You have an amazing soul. Like, that's so nice. That's so nice. She is definitely very, she's very lucky to have you, for sure. But I'm sure if she's been this nice to you, and, maybe we don't go back in 2 weeks, right? Maybe it's extended. Maybe, if you need her, she's definitely going to be there for you because of what you just did.
100%.
You're
100%. She has a heart of gold, and I know she would help me in any instance if I needed her to.
Well, I can't wait to meet her. Oh, that's awesome.
All right. I know.
Any more things that you would like to share with the people before we log off?
One thing that I've kind of been thinking about doing that I think will be really good to kind of help the people in your local towns is getting together, maybe go to a coffee shop or a donut shop when everything opens back up, and get a few local faces and kind of maybe get another a makeup artist, and or if you're a makeup artist, get a hairstylist, and get some people ready and get a photographer and videographer, and everybody kind of work together for free just to kind of get some content for your social media, and just kind of so you can promote other businesses so everybody can see each other. And I think that'll just be a really good way to support each other and just kind of help get everybody's names back out there so everybody can support their local businesses.
I love that idea. I love it. I'm really big at artists supporting artists. I love it. I'm an artist. You're an artist. Everyone's an artist, actually. And the more you come together, the more successful and powerful this industry is. Alex, I want to say thank you. Thank you for being here today and sharing, your ideas and, things that will help other stylists or other business owners do well in these hard times. And we're definitely going to stay connected, and I will put your information on the video. And thank you again. Cool. I love you. Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye, Mireya.